Yee yee. Welcome, welcome. We're here finishing setting up. You girls got our classroom questions for today. We are where?
Hello, chat.
Good evening,
Mods.
morning, or wherever you might be at. Out of respect for people that said I was shouting yesterday, I have decided to put my mic closer to my face so that I could talk in a more rational sounding voice. That way I'm not yelling at people when I'm really truly not. I'm just very passionate about this case. So the way that we can do this, I hope this doesn't lock me up. We need to turn some of this brightness down though. It's too bright for my eyes. Oh, it don't even make a damn bit of difference, does it? Because we got computer light. Okay. Is everybody coming in? We're all getting comfy cozy. I'm just finishing up some stuff here so I can share what we're about. We're on the aftermath, right?
We're on the what?
We're on the aftermath or the fateful drive.
That's what I was just trying to figure out.
Me too. Let me look at these questions real quick. Yeah, we already did the fateful night. We are on the aftermath. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share screen that way. People can follow along. They can see the questions that we are going to be going over. This way, nobody's screaming at me, saying anything. Let me see if I can zoom in. Make this nice and pretty for y'all. This is where we're at now. I'm not sure how long or how much time it's going to take for us to get through these questions, but these are the questions that we are going to try to focus on, at least get through 2 parts tonight, and then we will commence classroom tomorrow or whenever it works for the girls. All right. So I guess we jump right into it. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
We're ready, girls?
We're ready.
All right. We ready, class? Thank you for everybody who's joining us. I'm going to try to get this a little closer to my mouth. That way I'm not screaming these questions. The first question under the aftermath is, how many cars are nearby at the 12:33 during the presumed sinking? Why do we got 2 feisty squirrels?
I don't know. You sent me that link. I went and did it again.
Oh, it brought you in
twice.
So do I remove one and add the other?
Hold on, let me see.
She said, "Why do I have 2 Pisces?" Cause girl, you got 2.
Now you modding for 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll continue. I'm hoping we don't have no feedback because I don't have headphones on tonight. If we have feedback, press 1 and I will put my headphones on right now. That way we can get on with these questions. No? Okay. All right, so the first question is, how many cars are nearby at the 12:33 during the presumed sinking?
Well,
at the moment, go ahead.
That depends on what they mean by close by.
Yes.
See, somebody else said that.
Yes, exactly. I'm not going to touch that question because I really can't answer it until I get my footage up. And then we can always come back to that. How can I highlight? Okay, we'll highlight this question here. This way we know to come back to it. What are those cars doing in the moments afterwards?
Talking to each other.
Chatty, yes. Very panicky chatting. From what I witnessed, you can see one vehicle go down near the water with the fire. Then they come back out. They drive to the left-hand side towards the sanctuary parking area. They stop, chat headlight to headlight for whatever amount of time, maybe to get rid of a phone. Who knows at that moment? That said car turns around. You can see the headlight shine straight towards the camera and then go back to where the fire / Kylie's car goes into the water. That's what I see. And then afterwards, I see cars coming down that block the intersection of the loop, coming down and around, and vehicles going down within an hour after that, shining lights down in with their own car lights. Later on, then you see headlamp lights going into the water, messing around there. You can see the light bouncing off the shoreline. That's what I see. Squirrels.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I agree.
And the next question applies to the same one. Cars meeting up near the shoreline. Yes.
I see
Same
cars.
question goes here.
Well, I see orbs. Let me rephrase that.
Okay, orbs, yes.
I see orbs.
Orbs, yes, orbs. Yes.
Headlamps.
And then do we see other small lights, flashlight, headlamps after the car sinks? We see single, not dual lighting, which would indicate a headlamp, a flashlight, a cell phone, some type of single source lighting. So to answer that question, yes, we do. Next question is, what is happening across the lake? Squirrels, you got you answers?
Well, we can only speculate what is going on across from the lake
You guys
because we
can screen
can't
grab that if you would like to see my notes of very suspicious activity. This number right here that's highlighted in yellow is the time frame that it took for the car to go to the shore and then sink in the water.
And also across the lake might have been speculation where the Spanish party was being held, correct?
Yes.
the
Because we don't
Spanish
know.
speaking party.
We don't know, but I'm saying it was rumored hearsay.
Yes. We can only speculate where that other party took place. We don't know if it was beside the sanctuary, in the open area. We don't know if it happened at Prosser Family Campground, if it happened off in the cut there, or if it happened across the actual lake. Nobody knows that for sure yet. Next question is, what is happening in the adjacent Prosser Family Campground? Same thing. We are uncertain. Daisy has one photograph. If you want to describe what you see in that photograph, Daisy, you are welcome to. I would like to get that pulled up on screen here within the next couple of days when we're doing our live, so people understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, I really don't know how to explain it because me and you are still trying to figure it out, but it looks like they're across from where most of the activity was.
Yes.
Looks like a campsite of some sort, and
That's what I
what
see.
you can see in the distance looks like the lights are reflecting off of the dust and stuff that would be tossed up from maybe people doing donuts or
Yes.
something like that.
Agreed. And then the next question is, what happens at 12:50 with more activity around the lake? That's the question, the burning question everybody would like answered.
I mean, I will say that the whole 1250 timeline got thrown out by a certain someone that I think was trying to account for the time of Sammy's phone call, but that's just my opinion and my speculation.
Yes.
I honestly don't know.
What about the supermarket employee across the lake? And she did say she was across the lake, so maybe we can add that to what is happening across the lake. That might have been her party. I think she said she was there with 2 or 3 friends from work. They went there after work to let loose and throw some back and have a good time. What about the supermarket employee across the lake who claimed to see the car go in? Again, she witnessed headlights, but she heard nothing.
Right.
Where's this feisty squirrel at? She's awful quiet tonight.
She is.
I'm trying to figure this comment out. Y'all know it don't take much for my brain to squirrel off. And you put me in charge of comment.
The one on the screen?
Yeah.
Is it possible that others drove her? Wait.
No.
It's on the screen, baby. Megan was on Popcorn Planet asking X-May and Xaname, whatever you want to call her, about the Hispanic party and if she got Snapchat from her niece or grocery workers. You all can go off on that rumor because the rumor's out there and everybody's aware of the rumor, I think. And if you're not, you're about to hear it.
I don't know. I'm confused. Because I didn't know Megan was on Popcorn Planet. But
Yeah, she was.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
I missed
another one that she called in. Do you hear me now? Hung up. Do you hear me now? Hung up. Do you hear me now?
Wow, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I think she did it 3 times on Popcorn Planet. If I'm not
Huh.
mistaken. Don't quote me on that because I don't know shit.
Megan was everywhere.
But it's speculation. The rumor that's out there is that the person at the party had gotten a Snapchat. I don't know where this picture is. I know it's floating around out there. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Yeah, we're Kiki, we're trying to stay focused tonight. Like, this is why we're pulling the questions up, is we want to stay focused on these questions, and we'll pull up stuff that we feel needs to be addressed in chat. And there's not going to be any yelling tonight. Like, I'm trying to keep that passion focused on these questions. Feisty Scroll, you want to go ahead and I'll pull these next questions up on screen. You want to ask these questions, Daisy, whoever?
Was the car in drive? That we do not know. We do not know because we have no
Accident report.
reports other than an autopsy report and toxicology report.
Speculation is the car was in neutral. AWP can't confirm nor deny it. So, but it is rumored from the people that were there that somehow the car got kicked in neutral. Why they pointed that out, we won't know until FOIA releases the proper records. So I'm going to ask you girls these questions. Was the front seat pushed back?
I think so.
From the look of the car when it comes out of the water, yes.
Yeah.
Upon extraction, you can notice that the seats are leaned back, pushed back. Both of those things would indicate either somebody trying to get out of the vehicle or somebody very tall and long was kicked back driving. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. But from extraction, yes, the seats are pushed back. Were the windows down when the car went into the water? You girls can answer that as well.
We know the passenger side was down in the front, and the driver's side rear was halfway down. That's as far as that window would go down. And then upon extraction or flipping or whatever, the front one was down, but that was later. Driver's side.
Can anybody answer why were those particular windows down?
I can't answer that question because I don't understand why it was the front passenger window and the back driver's window.
Yeah.
I mean,
odd
I'm
behavior.
more speculation. I have an opinion.
Well, let's hear your opinion, honey.
Whoever maybe made sure that a window was down at least on each side so that water came in quicker.
Repeat that for my record. I'm sorry, I was putting my headphones on.
Oh, I was just saying they will make sure that water would come in on both sides quicker.
Yes, agreed. I mean, in my opinion, and I see this from many points of view, with the fact that she's not wearing a sweatshirt, it would make me question why said passenger window was down. She might have been heated up, and that's why the window was down. Somebody could have been sitting in that other seat, and that's why that window was down. The window could have been rolled down in the panic. There's various reasons why those windows could have been down. It could have been multiple people in the vehicle. That is why there's room for speculation on that, because nobody has any idea. Until the black box comes out, the report of when they were put down, that's the only time that we can actually come up with some sort of answer.
Well, Shelly said she thinks both back windows were at least halfway down. It was only the driver's side rear that was halfway down.
Yes, yes.
And that was from AWP's footage. They were the first ones to see the car. So that is confirmed.
And from what I gather by looking at AWP's underwater footage and in comparison to other CRVs, I don't even think the window was halfway down. Because once you get the window to halfway down, you'll see a lot more of the where the wheel well is. The window has to get smaller so that it does not hit the wheel well frame. So you'll see that gap that starts to like Y out in the window. Like, say this is the window. Where are we at here? And then on this side of the window, like there's the window, and then you'll have that gap, and then you'll have the frame of the car. And that's so that the window itself, as it's going down, it doesn't go in the wheel well. But you don't see much of that. And that's why I want to say that I would estimate from looking at it, from seeing CRVs, from having a similar vehicle, that the window is probably only 6 to 8 inches down, not quite halfway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did the airbags deploy? If not, why not?
As far as we know, they did not.
They're not seen in the underwater footage.
Yeah, they're not in the underwater footage, and you can't see, like, if you look at the steering wheel as they're pulling the car out, you can't see the flattened bags hanging out the steering wheel. So that would give me the impression no airbags deployed. And then upon that is if you're thinking, if she's driving erratically, if whatever, if you're driving erratically and you hit something like water that's going to kind of stop you, it would make you think that the airbags, because the airbags deploy by sensors, and the sensors are mainly at the bumper. The bumper is the first thing that's going to hit the water other than the wheels and the undercarriage, which would make you think that airbags would deploy. And that's asks another question, like, why didn't the airbags deploy? We'll find that out as well. Ooh. Why was the body found in the rear cargo area? I think we've all speculated this one, and we just can't come. I mean, she has 9-foot arms and legs. That's the only one I can come up with.
No. So AWP has explained
You gotta
that
get louder, baby.
a lot of times that they do
I'm gonna
because
turn
they're
your mic
chasing
up.
an air pocket. But in this situation, it's really hard to chase the air pocket.
Do we all agree Michelle needs turned up? Feisty Squirrel needs turned up.
I'm actually going to have to go grab my computer because this iPad is like down to 5%. So y'all hold
There, I'll
tight.
turn you up a tiny bit. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, honey. Yeah, I really can't comment on why was the body found in the cargo area. I don't know. I don't know if for whatever reason she wanted to swim back there versus screaming or going out the window or honking her horn or doing any of those things. What would make her panic with water rushing in and go back to an area she knows she's not going to get out of?
I mean, my opinion is because someone placed her back there, but I can only speculate.
And for this next question, I'm just going to go ahead and Google this. I'm going to pull this up over here. Make it big. Oh, wow, this is a lot of writing. Black boxes are in almost all cars on the road today. Consistent. What's that, honey?
It is small. There you go.
Okay, let me zoom. Let me see if I can zoom it. It won't let me zoom it. Why? Let me try this. Whoa, we good? We blind? We see now. I can read it right off the screen now. Black boxes are in almost all cars on the road today, consistent with their official name, Event Data Recorder. These devices record driving and vehicle data from the immediate before, during, and after an automobile crash. This data can assist in a crash investigations, as it is often used as evidence in court cases. Event data recorders provide critical evidence if you are ever injured in a crash. I'm just going to skip this because we are fully aware at this point what they do.
Yep.
Let's see what they do. What are black boxes in cars? A black box in a car gathers driving information about the vehicles before, during, and after a crash. The official name of this device, we already know. The data gathered includes speed, acceleration, braking, steering, and airbag deployment. These event data recorders are now installed as a standard feature by the vehicle's manufacturer for all new cars. And from my knowing, I do believe it was mandated in 2009 that all manufactured cars after that year were issued these.
Yeah, so hers should definitely have it.
Yeah.
Now let's just hope they're honest with the results.
Let me see. Are federal safety rules that apply for vehicles with event? Okay, yes. The federal safety regulations for event data recorders apply to vehicles manufactured. 2012. I'm sorry. So yes, her car would have one.
Good.
A black box in a car accident can be very helpful because they gather driving and vehicle data from before, during, and after the crash. And it can be used in crash investigations to identify causes and contributing factors for the crash. For vehicles in which event data recorders have been installed, federal safety regulations impose requirements for collection, storage, retrievability of onboard motor vehicle crash event data. She's back. Hold on, I gotta get her in here. And then you can see here, if I can pull it up, if I can see it right here, it is federal code for investigations. And this is why getting your FOIA in for these things is important, because it is protected by federal rules and regulations with the data recorder. This is why it's important to get. Okay. A black box in cars can be used in a car crash lawsuit to help prove that the at-fault driver was driving negligently at the time of auto accident that injured or killed another person. The data recorded is typically assessed by the police, crash investigators, or an accident reconstruction expert. They will download the data and use it to conduct a collision damage analysis, which allows the police, investigators, and/or reconstruction experts to determine if the data is consistent with and supports or contradicts the driver's versions of events concerning the crash. Courts involved in an auto accident lawsuit frequently issue subpoenas for the data recorded of the vehicles involved. Many, if not most, courts treat this data as admissible evidence during litigation. Federal regulations require that event data recorders gather the following black box information in cars: the vehicle speed, accelerator or throttle position, frontal, side, and curtain airbag deployment, application of the brakes, number of crash events, which that right there will, any sensors that have gone into the computer system itself will be in number 5, and steering input. Additionally, these devices must go gather data about the seatbelt, the status of the driver and the front passenger, engagement of ABS, and the vehicle roll angle. So everything that happened in and about the time that Kylie Rodney drove from the camp area into the water and until the battery pretty much shorted and cut everything off, everything's going to be in this report. Go ahead and close that. I think we got all the information from that. Plunder is going to be denied. Anybody putting a FOIA in right now is going to be denied that because it's an active investigation. Until they close and do what this report says and gathers that information and gives it to local law enforcement and federal agents, everybody will be denied until the case is closed on that. They have a lot of analysis to go through. And that is why I think they gave us the date of November 1st. They are going to cross them T's and dot those I's and do it in a smart way, in my opinion.
I agree.
Will CHP do an accident to recreate or illustrate what they think happened? Yes, that is what will happen. But I don't think it will be CHP themselves. I think they have to do an outside agency that strictly does reenactments of car crashes.
Somebody had a question of does it work if it went into the water?
Yes.
Okay.
That is like asking, does the data recorder, the black box, the orange box on an aircraft,
right,
make that data recorder? They put it kind of like, so in your central core system for your coolant, that area is sealed so well that even upon a crash, the location of it, it's all stored in the bottom part of your compartment. The area that it's stored in, it is airtight, watertight, and crash resistant and fireproof. So they're going to get that data.
Good. Awesome.
Was the car driven intentionally into the lake at low speeds? I'm not going to touch that question.
What was it?
Was the car driven intentionally into the lake at low speeds? That is speculation.
$1 million question.
Yeah, I mean, if you two squirrels want to speculate on that, feel free to.
I don't know.
Alicia, if you want to, honey, you can go back and watch our video last night where we pulled up all of the state laws. I don't know who you all are contacting. You need to do your homework. You can go back in my video. I can even put links in here that take you to said documents on a state and federal level. It's not closed yet. The only thing that is closed is the autopsy and toxicology. If it was closed, there would be announcement on federal pages. The FBI has not closed this yet. There's a good question there. Will black box still record once it's underwater? The thing with that is once a short happens, I don't think it can. I don't know if it has like CMOS memory or a backup battery like a computer has. Like when your computer has a hard shutdown, you have a little flat cell battery in your computer that tells it to record the error in it. And that's why when you restart your Windows, it'll tell you, like it'll do a page break and it'll tell you what's wrong with your computer, or it'll beep at you. So it's possible that a car that is from 2013 will have a backup battery inside the black box that'll keep recording the after events. From my knowledge and doing accident cleanups, I'm going to say yes, that it would record a little bit of the after.
Let's hope so.
Yes, let's hope so.
Hopefully it's as thorough as possible and honest.
Yes. Okay. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Kiki. I'm going to throw that up on screen if anybody wants to dig into that one. I prefer to not say, oop, that was the wrong one.
Okay, I'm doing something on the background real quick.
That's fine. So anybody who wants to look into that and the court date tomorrow can go right ahead. I will not say any names on here.
So Misty, all you have to do is
you don't have to keep your opinion to yourself, honey. We are open here.
Right, that was interesting. So when is the court date?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow
is for Natesy.
So I'm a little confused. Why?
This is wrong. Please go back to my video where we pull up everything. You can go Google search it yourself. This is misleading people. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know why people are so worried, like they're like panicked that this information is going to get out. Like,
Sin, you will not be attacked for your opinion. We have quite a few in the chat right now that are disagreeing. You're welcome to disagree, as long as somebody can act like they're adults.
Yeah. Yeah, RT has a very good point. If it's such a clear and cut accident, why don't they just release them? And I'm going to stick firm in what I believe. that they are crossing their T's and they are dotting their I's to make sure this report is as precise as possible, so we can't find any holes in their cheese, to be honest. Thank you, RT, for that question. And welcome to chat, by the way. Here's another one is, did Plunder FOIA the FBI again? Anybody can FOIA the FBI or law enforcement. It is our American given right. You can go research it. I don't know why people like SF are telling people this nonsense that you can't. This case cannot be sealed since it's ruled an accident. If it was ruled a murder, they could have sealed it because she is a minor. But because the talks and autopsy have both been ruled an accident, the information will continue to be there. Once FBI closes this case, which it is still open and pending, once they close that, anybody who puts the FOIA in will get that email with their PDF, just like we did talks and autopsy with said information. And that's the thing with this case, Palani, is everything is changing every single day. Every single day. All right. Ladies, you want to continue on these questions? Good night, Rob. Thank you for coming.
Being hit.
Where are we? Because I was behind.
We are on the misleading public narrative.
Oh, all
We're
right.
on a whole
Okay, the party was made sound huge and dangerous, overwhelming. Why? I agree with that. I believe the numbers were exaggerated for the same reason. I think we spoke about it last night. Just to have eyes elsewhere besides where they should have been. That's just my opinion.
In my opinion, I think the number 400 was the entirety of what was going on at Prosser that night. So you have a party of 50 people here, 50 people here, 100 people here, 50 people here, 10 people here, 20 people there. Yeah, it will add up to those numbers. But when we're talking about this specific party, it was made to sound huge and dangerous, to fit the narrative, the distraction, so that we jump down all these rabbit holes and, Feisty, what do you think?
I want you to pull this California Vehicle Code 20012 that we pulled up last night back up.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, we clearly went over this last night.
I know. But we can do it again. Hold on, let me get a new window open. Let me get the Google over here. Which code am I looking up, honey?
It is the 2000 and it's California Vehicle. California Vehicle Code 20012.
And we'll go with the first one, and then we can look at the second one. We did the same thing last night. Is this it? No, that's a request form right there. See, so they're giving you a request form to do it. Here it is, right here. I want an official page. I don't want to go off this. I want to go off the California.gov page. Hold on, let me find. Here we go. Okay. Nope, that's another. These are all links to get them. What was the one that you had pulled up last night, honey?
The one that you was just on that was an unofficial page because they're all unofficial.
Does this look? Let's see.
Well,
I'm going to zoom it in. I got you. Okay, this is 2000 through 2018, so this includes all of them.
No, that's the years.
No,
it's been changed.
This is all the codes. No, this is all the codes. This includes the 20,000 to 2018. All required accident reports and supplemental reports shall be without prejudice to the individual so reporting and shall be for the confidential use of Department of Motor Vehicles. and the Department of California Highway Patrol, except the Department of California Highway Patrol or law enforcement agency to whom the accident was reported shall disclose the entire contents of the reports, including but not limited to the names, addresses of person involved in injury in or witnessing to an accident, the registration numbers and description of the vehicles involved, the date, time, and location of accident, all diagrams, statements of the drivers involved or occupants injured in the accident, and the statements of all witnesses to any person who may have proper interest therein, including and not limited to the driver involved, the guardian or the conservative thereof. Hold on, I gotta scroll down. It's not letting me scroll down. I have to zoom out because I can't read it from there. Why won't it let me scroll down anymore? Can we pull that off the screen? Let me hide that. There we go. The
It's
parent
exactly
of
word for word
it's the
what we
same
read
thing,
last
yes. Anybody can get this. Anybody. I just don't understand why we're still doing this. But
We're not. I'm
I was
gonna,
gonna say, can we just get back to the questions and not?
Yep, we
go
sure
that far?
can.
They can go down that rabbit hole if they want.
Yep.
Whatever.
All right. Police initially thought she was abducted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what was put out in the very beginning, the first few days, is that she was abducted and could possibly be across the world by now.
Yep. And they were going to issue an Amber Alert, but she didn't fit one of the descriptors, and that's why they didn't issue it. And then, noted below, Sammy said she thought someone had taken Kylie, hence the across the world by now.
That's a mouthful right there.
It is.
Let me mute.
Why did friends say Kylie was super drunk and super high? Was she really? I think anybody who went to Duty Ron's Feisty Squirrel, I'm gonna let you take this one.
So it was made very clear, in my opinion, that they did not really want to touch this autopsy. I mean, that to me, Duty Ron's video was very rushed. Neither one of the doctors wanted to. That's also part of taking an oath. Like, they also have to be very careful of what they say because of getting themselves in trouble. And it wouldn't surprise me that if they had said something that anyone disagreed with, that they wouldn't have received some kind of paper. But they made it very clear that they could not rule this an accident just by the autopsy or toxicology. They made that very clear. Both Barbara and Dr. Young made it very clear that there was more external investigations that had to be done. And so the big thing would be, why did everybody say she was so intoxicated? Why was she so intoxicated? And she was just not herself. She was not sober. We heard it from every witness. And
every witness that was willing to come forward, at least.
Everybody say something different than what evidence shows.
Yes. Sin, I have to agree with you there. I was very concerned as why he was being so hasty and kind of rude about it. My speculation is maybe people don't want him to say anything. I don't know. I really don't. He might have been in a bad mood. Maybe he was arguing with somebody. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning of why the behavior was what we saw, but it was. We got a lot of answers that I think the masses wanted to have answers to, you know? I do want to go back. Ellie and who is it? Alicia. There is a thing called the power of Google. Please go Google things before you misinform people, because I think you're going to be very shocked when the FBI closes this case. Why did friends say oh, we already did that. Were there really strange, creepy older men from other cities at the party? That's what they said. That's what they said. I don't know.
None of us were there, so we don't.
I mean, I would love. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we can't say that with 100% confirmation, but it was thought that. So,
like, my whole point is if this was an accident, why did people not just come forward and say, "Yeah, I saw her drive into the water. Case closed." You know what I mean? Like, had people done the right thing and said, "Yeah, this is what happened," but y'all are too scared that somebody's going to get in trouble for underage drinking and drugging. But it shows in her accident report that there was no drinking and drugging, so why be scared? Just come forward and tell the truth. Or are you scared, is my question. And then my other question is if she did die by an accident, then why is this case still being drug out? Why is it still open and pending per FBI?
and why did Jagger have to be cleared if it was just an accident?
Your own sheriff's office has stated that it is still pending an investigation and that the FBI has not closed it. So I'm just going to go based upon what they're saying. You know?
That was all we can do.
Mm-hmm. Public pressure and misdirections from various Twitter investigators and Truckee locals. This is what we're talking about right now. All I'm trying to do is base my opinion off the information, the statements made, the opinions of the Truckee locals that were either there at that party, knew that little girl, are related to her, or the actual factual information that has been put forward for us in front of us through law enforcement. The curious timing of the fire cam video released to the public. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why some people question if, what validity it holds. Why was the autopsy released so early? I can answer that, but if any of you girls can, go right ahead.
I mean, I don't know. Go for it.
It was either one, a panic to just hurry up and get it done, case closed, everybody can move on, Truckee can move on and continue to make their money.
Hoping to set us up, I guess.
It was rushed because there was such an outrage outside of your own community that made them say, we got to get this report out there. And I think it was very rushed, very botched. And a lot of the doctors and forensic team that did the autopsy fucked up a lot.
So
go for it.
This is off subject, but Misty, it's not all the Truckee locals.
No, absolutely not.
In an accident.
Absolutely
There's
not.
actually quite a few. There's a few of them in here right now who are asking the same questions that we are asking.
Yes.
So the ones that are local and are pushing the accident, that's their opinion.
Cece's semi-local, right? She goes down there like almost all the time, shooting the videos and all that. We've had RT that's come in here, asked the same questions we're asking. He's a local. He's gone down there with his own cameras and shot footage for various channels. Like, there are numerous locals that have the same question. It just seems the people that are being outraged and us not stopping and just letting it rest or letting it go or whatever you guys keep telling us to do. It seems like those are the people that are close to the family that just want it to hush. Again, none of us here on panel and most of us in this chat room do not find honor in silence.
Oh, okay. She was saying that in the Facebook groups. There's a lot of them on YouTube too. So that's
everywhere. They're everywhere. And that's why it makes all of this so much harder. You have them on Facebook. You have them on Twitter. It's everywhere. Everywhere. A lot of distractions.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just in the background, I promise.
It's okay. I'm just doing this, and you can do whatever you want. It's your show too, girl.
Thank you, Mimi.
Yes. Same with this one here. Many locals do not believe accident, only community. When you, Heather, I want to clarify when we say community. When I say community, I mean the tight-knit community, the circle of people with the information is when I'm talking community. I would love to visit Truckee, but I would have a feeling with the information that I know and the things that I say, there's a lot of information we know, and we keep repeating this. There's a lot of information that we do in the background that we can't announce on a channel.
Okay, so let me, Alicia, if you don't think it's an accident, then why would you just give up? Why would you not join the forces of the others who don't believe and help fight?
Okay, Alicia, do me a favor, okay? You say that this case is closed with no more reports forthcoming and that it's a fact. You can't state that as a fact. And if you do, please go get me the direct link from the FBI that states they have closed their case in Prosser County. Please. Where are we at? Timing, autopsy. Why have local authorities stop holding press conferences about Kylie? Can I answer that one?
Mm-hmm.
Because they no longer have any more information. They've closed their end of what they're willing to release, and they've taken to the town meetings is what they've taken, so that only town people can hear the information that they want out. You guys are a tight-knit community, and you keep information pretty local. However, there are people within that community, not tight-knit, that are bringing that information out there, showing us what they're seeing on their own TVs being in Truckee and what city council is doing. Enough so that we can question now why Moonshine Inc. is funneling money into the council.
Yeah, and I can tell you for a fact that FBI's is still open.
Yes, it is. Very much
Like,
so. They've been contacted. They have stated that their investigation in the county and about certain counties are still open, and they will not release further information until they've gathered all of the information and can release it to the public. But if by chance, you know, you've seen something that they've put out there on a mass level that states that it is closed, please bring it to us. So
it is not me thinking that FBI is investigating this. I just gave them I've been in contact with them for almost 2 weeks now.
And they're still gathering information. Per you, per J-Rod, per anybody that has information or misinformation that is willing to take it to them for them to investigate, they will. That's what the FBI is here for, to make sure small towns, counties, states don't do corrupt stuff. That's why the FBI exists on a federal level. That's why their name is what it is. That's a good question on our next one. Why have Kylie's friends and family gone silent since her body was found? Because they find honor in silence. They want it to go away. They need it to go away. Again, ski season is upon us.
And as beautiful as Truckee is, I would love to go skiing in Truckee, but you won't catch me going to Truckee to go skiing. After seeing all the stuff that we've seen and all the other unsolved cases and a lot of cases that just become an accident when they're clearly not an accident.
I'm thankful I got to experience California when I was younger. I used to go out to Orange County all the time, stay with my brother at his ranch he had out there. I've been to Lake Tahoe. I've been to numerous places in California. I've been to Disneyland, LA, various places, but you will never catch me going back there. Why did they not release a public statement after her death was declared an accident? Who released that statement? The Sun? Was that it?
I had to think. What was it again?
The Sun? I think the Sun is the one that released the public statement, right?
No, the public statement that says that it was an accident was on Ubinet, which
There
is
you go.
not a public site. It's a local California where Truckee posts their information or whatever.
It wasn't until 2 days after that I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
In my opinion, it was the most disrespectful statement that they could have made. Like, she deserved more than 4 sentences.
Savannah, I couldn't agree with you more. I truly hope that her grandfather and her real dad are having this investigated with their own private detectives and seeking justice for Kylie. If they would ever want to contact us and talk on our panel privately or talk to us privately, I would be more than willing to make something to where it could be in private conversation. Absolutely. And Paulani, yes, thank you for correcting me. I said Prosser County, my bad. There's so much information going with my squirrels that they run away with letters and add letters and all that good stuff. Yeah, the case is closed with Nevada County.
I heard that.
Right? Days are long, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Nevada County did. Alicia, I will give you that. Alicia. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I don't want to pronounce your name wrong.
She's got that backwards.
And it was Placer that kicked it back to Nevada County.
Yeah. Placer was the one who kicked it back to, because...
Yeah, Placer. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
It was in Nevada County's water.
Because it's Merced. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Savannah, yeah. On point. Let me see some more things before we move on to the next.
Daisy, when you you asked about K, like Special K?
No, I was just trying to figure out, they were talking about her dad is reaching out to small true crime channels. Kylie's dad. They just shortened it.
Can I direct this question that Beverly Ann has? She says, honestly, I can't figure it out. Is it the person who died? What is it worth killing somebody? And what is it worth covering this up? Millions. For every death that has been counted for in the documentary, Everyone Counts, not including Kylie Rodney, when you have sheriff offices claiming that they've done their work on cases and they have the federal government pay them on a level, and now with Kylie Rodney's case, they've just made upwards of $3 million on things they claim they have done, but there is no proof to not even a search being done, other than 3 public pictures of rovers that were in the wrong area. Just saying. What is it worth? A lot of money. The death on somebody, even if it is an accident, murder, whatever, you can honestly make a lot of money off of somebody's death. And that's why we are so against doing said things. Anybody else with questions in here? I'm trying to go through them all. Mark, I don't think any focus should be off of anybody. But starting from the beginning, yeah, a lot was said, and I have a lot of questions for SS saying what she has and why it does not match up to the toxicology report. King Scarlet News says, I live in California, and I won't go to Truckee again, ever again. Boycott Truckee.
So Alicia, she's not talking about Kylie's limbs being tied together. She's talking about another case there where a
Mhm.
gentleman was found drowned with his clothes partially off and his legs tied together, and it was ruled suspicious but not a homicide.
Alicia, can I ask you a question? Alicia? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Have you watched the documentary Everyone Counts? It is about Auburn, California. Have you watched it? And you still don't see something wrong in that they're painting people as transients, bums, drug addicts that are dying for no reason. A man walked to the store and was found dead on railroad tracks, wasn't suicidal. Another gentleman found in a body of water, not an accident, but these are all being ruled accidents. You don't find anything wrong with that?
Alicia already said that she
I know.
thinks it's an accident. I think that statement kind of confused her, and I was just trying to clarify it so that there wasn't a confusion on. We didn't say Kylie was tied up, though.
Yeah. And that is true, Misty. It's not really funny. It's just like funny. It's so funny that a lot of locals haven't watched the documentary because they are so busy praising their city. And it's true. Like, I understand in being proud to be an American. I understand that it's proud to be proud of your community. But
So
go ahead.
Alicia wants to know. She said she thinks it's an accident, but she's saying they're not going to release more reports in Kylie's case, and she don't know what we can do. We're doing exactly what we can do.
Yes, and that's FOIA.
Don't
FOIA.
stop. Yeah.
Don't stop. Don't listen to what other people are telling you. Just from what we are telling you and what is law. It is law. I don't know what law somebody else is looking up for you, honey, but please, 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 I implore you to go do your own research and see. Just go. It's not going to take you all but 5 minutes. The link is in my description in both of these channels, in part 1 and part 2. Go put your FOIA request in. You will be denied for now. If you get a denial letter back, please know when the FBI closes their case, by law, they will release all of the information and then some on what their findings are. Keep in mind, the FBI has not released any statements on any of this, not one. The only people releasing statements are Nevada County and Placer County. Please keep that in mind. Where'd our other squirrel go?
I don't know. She's got to come back, though.
I kind of don't want to move on to these questions without her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we can wait. We can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just keep on
Just,
let me keep on reading these.
She's in chat. She's in chat. She's dealing with something.
Hold on, I'm going to pull this one up because I want to read this. I'm not sure what that.
The news station, I just Googled it. I thought it was Colo 8. That was on 1013 at 313. Not sure if it was the first one, but it was the first.
Alicia, I don't think this has to do with any political parties, to be honest. I just think this has to deal with there's a lot of shitty people in this world and they need to start being held accountable. Just the same as law enforcement had gotten away with injustices in the system with people of color, and we did not see in 40 to 60 years any of these injustices brought to justice until George Floyd. Just to give you a little background, I grew up in Las Vegas when the Rodney King beating had happened. Just to to point out that a lot of injustices happen. A lot of people of color, even white people, die at the hands of law enforcement. Look at that gentleman that was going through an episode in his own vehicle, and they tased him and then jumped on the hood of his car and shot him dead. That is an injustice. Yes, Heather Mosher. Both sides have corruption. There is good and bad people in all fields and offices. Absolutely. And I want to make it very clear to everybody here, everybody on this panel, and the one that isn't here, backs our blue. I back our blue 100%. But what I do not back up is the blue that backs the blue like a frat to cover up injustices in our system. Yes, Pam Rex. Yeah, there was not a big party at all. The cam footages, if they are true, there was a mass exodus right after her car goes in. You can see them all leave, all of their headlights, all of it.
Oh,
it is about Kylie, but it is also about the corruption and the shady people, because this is part of Kylie's case. It's all connected.
The comment right here, that we didn't quite understand. He was saying someone asked about the first news station that released it was ruled on accident.
Oh, okay. It was the case.
It was Ubanet, but it's not a news station. The locals just explained what Ubanet was, and it's usually used for their emergencies like fire and stuff like that. They've never seen an announcement made on Ubanet like that, and they thought it was weird.
Yeah, and that's another thing, April. That's the thing we're saying is the information about the 35-year-old man, you can't even find information on him. Like, that is how concerning it is that we can't find the information on somebody that has wound up dead. It's concerning. But I definitely want to get back on to just basically focusing on Kylie. Any questions about Kylie or anything in chat? I'm going to check on our other squirrel, make sure she's good.
Joy, we are going to continue to pursue.
Yes, I'm not stopping until the FBI closes this case and justice is served. Because even if this is ruled an accident and no foul play, then you still have to look at somebody has to be held accountable for allowing those children under the age of 21 to drink and drug at parties without parents. Even if there were parents there, they should be held accountable because, again, they allowed 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to drink that were not, by federal law, allowed to. Somebody supplied that. You know, you can't walk into an alcohol store of any sort, beer, wines and spirits, any of these stores without handing your ID and getting it scanned. My state locally just allowed you to be able to walk into like Sheetz, Giant Eagle, and purchase alcohol. And even in those said stores, you can't enter them without handing your ID. I watched a 42-year-old man be declined alcohol because he did not have ID on him. You know, if you don't have ID, they will not sell you alcohol. So who got the alcohol? I mean, the town itself said that this is a common thing, that it happens all the time, and that these kids are really responsible. They clearly weren't responsible enough that they let their own friend die that night. Crickets, crickets. Let me just check on it. Yes, exactly, Misty. When you have a teen that causes an accident, when things like that are involved, yes, the parents get charged. Pray for rock and roll. I love the way people type like that. It's like in boomer code. For the past 20 years or yes, according to Megan. Yes, I mean, this is their own town folk that are saying this thing that happens year after year after year after year. Every weekend they go there. That's what they've said. Every weekend they go there and they have these parties and they have these, little powwows and stuff. So they're admitting these things themselves. No wonder why they want it to shut up. I would want it too. If I admitted a lot of things that made my town look pretty sus, you best believe I'd want it to shut up and move along, Kiki, as far as I know, I can't answer that question for you. I mean, it seems like the going thing, honey. It seems like when you look at a documentary like Everyone Counts, and then you look at the statistics and how they cover up the murder records or the death records and stuff like that. It sounds like it. It truly does sound like, I would just like to know with these parties. I think that's what you're asking. Does somebody die every year at these parties? I don't know. I would like to find that information out, though. I like the cigarette. Is this not my candle lighter? Is the only lighter I have available? Yep. I was hoping that Daisy was here because I wanted to pull up this. I think I need to go to Discord to grab it. I wanted to pull up this really awesome change.org. And it's not an article. It's on change.org. You can go look at it for yourself. I'm not pulling shit out of my ass. About a change.org petition that they had filed. I think it was 11 years ago. Let me find it. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it up on because I wanted her to be able to do it, but it's totally fitting. Oh, I can't find it. Case chat, maybe. There it is right there. Okay, I just want to pull this up because this is an outsiders that started this petition, okay? I want to show you guys for the record that it is change.org. Up here you can see change.org, change.org, okay? This is from their official website. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in for you guys. A whopping 57 supporters, okay? Something clearly going on here. Investigate Placer County. Why do I keep saying Prosser? Cry Freedom started this petition at the main office at the ACLU and 7 others. Okay, 7 others. 8 people combined started this petition. Oh, she wants me to call her?
Yeah.
Can you want me to keep this up on the
I'm
screen?
supposed to do the same thing.
Oh, we are both supposed to. What are we supposed to do? Shut this down or what?
Yeah, that's what the chat's saying too. Daisy needs you to end live so she can speak to you about something important.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this up on screen. I don't know if we're going to go back live. If we do not, I will come back tomorrow. You guys can go up. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste this so you guys can go ahead and look yourself. You can look into this and get schooled a little bit, get caught up for tomorrow's testing. If we aren't able to do this tonight. I know. I'm going to try to come back tonight. If not, we will handle this tomorrow. I promise you. I promise you. Everybody's saying shut down and come back, and that's what we're going to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, chat. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody that came up on this panel. I appreciate you guys so much. I love your faces. See you soon.